Hey y'all, it's Dominique. I decided that it would be fun to do a reaction video on wax stories. Um, I just found some videos off of TikTok and I'm going to react to it. For those who don't know, I am a licensed esthetician. I am an experienced wax specialist. I've been waxing for over 3 years. So, yeah, I think I have a good idea and pretty good experience on things I've seen and heard, and so yeah, we're just gonna get into the video.
Hey y'all, so I'm back with another story time, and this is the same client from last time with the same black head. It really be coming back every time, and this time it was stubborn. Anyways, let's get into this story time.
I love
so
extractions.
This is a story time about the time my client came with shit in her ass. So before I even get into this story time, just a little disclaimer for all the people that's gonna hop in my comments and be like, you shouldn't judge, you signed up for this, da 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 da. I did not sign up to be trying to tell grown women that they need to wipe their ass properly. I signed up to remove hair. Okay?
Exactly.
If you feel like I'm judging you by telling you that your hygiene is poor, then baby, you are the problem. And you are exactly who I'm talking to. Anyways, let's get into the story time. So it was my client's first time coming, and I gave her the spill. She filled out her consultation paper. Down at the bottom where you sign, it says I have all rights to terminate service if I feel like it, especially when it comes to hygiene. So she goes in the bathroom, and she's in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Now, I gave her a wipe. I don't really care what you're doing in the bathroom because I gave you a wipe. I just expect you to wipe yourself properly. She comes out. I do her wax. I tell her to put her knees to her chest. Y'all, she put her knees to her chest, and it's literally orange, yellowish shit in her ass. So I'm disgusted because I'm like,
Orange, yellow. Orange, yellow. Orange. I haven't seen orange, yellow. Like, I've seen, not to be nasty, but I've seen, brown, some green, but not yellow and orange. So that's kind of weird.
hey y'all, so I'm back with another story.
Oh no. Y'all, it's my first time doing a reaction video, so please bear with me.
And she's in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Just expect you to wipe yourself properly. She comes out. I do her wax. I tell her to put her knees to her chest. Y'all, she put her knees to her chest, and it's literally orange, yellowish shit in her ass. So I'm disgusted because I'm like, but I didn't say anything. I mean, you can't tell on my face that, it's a problem.
Yes.
But I waxed around it, and long story short, she never came back because with me waxing around it, when you go home and you wipe and you realize, damn, I had my legs wide open for this girl I've never met in my life and I had shit in my ass, you're going to be embarrassed, and she didn't say anything because I didn't say anything. Yeah, I would be embarrassed. I would not come back. So long story short, y'all, just stay on top of your hygiene. Your waxer does not want to deal with that. If your waxer gives you a wipe, use it, please. Please.
So yeah, I've definitely had cases where I've seen poop in the butt area, and I don't say anything. I don't make a face or anything like that. Like, I'm pretty good. I have a pretty good poker face. Like, yeah, I just don't. Yeah, you should know how to wipe your butt, but it's like I don't want to embarrass people at the same time, So yeah, and some people, like, they will tell you, like, I work with some people who, they're just straight up with their clients, and I'm like, okay, that do you, but I'm just different. I'm more nice, maybe too nice, if that makes sense. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I had a FaceTime call with my little one. Had to see my baby. Okay, so this is the next video. Let's see what she's talking about.
Story time. So, I have a wax appointment today, and it made me think back to a time. This was during the pandemic where everybody was closed. I could not find a wax lady. I finally found one through a friend, and she's amazing. I still go to her to this day. So, I posted about it on Facebook, and a girl I know responded to it and said, "Can I come with you next time?" I said, "Sure, no problem." So, we get there. I get waxed first. Shorty dropped her pants. All I smelled was curry, fish, a dead rat. I don't know. I couldn't take it, so I got up out of there. I always pay my wax lady via Cash App, but I said, "Oh, I think I have some cash in the car. Let me go get it." I was so embarrassed that I brought that girl there. Mind you, I picked her up from her house. So you mean to tell me you couldn't get in the shower? It was an internal smell. But you couldn't wait until you cleared that up to get waxed? And I still apologize to my wax lady to this damn day. It's been 3 years. Next time, I'll tell y'all the story about how I met this girl and how she still had that same smell, and I just forgot about it until it hit me in the fucking face.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah, I've definitely smelled some smells. And like I said, like, I don't make faces or anything. Like, it's, you know, you just get you in it, get your wife, get you in and out, and, you know, hopefully you take care of that at home. But I've only, it's mostly sweat though for some people, you know, if they come right after work or something like that. There was this one time I had this one girl who smelled pretty bad. And I've only saw her once, hadn't seen her again, and I'm not gonna go into like full details about it, but yeah, it was pretty bad. Like, I had to hurry up and get her out the room. So yeah, if you're an aspiring wax specialist, be prepared to see and smell things that you don't intend on seeing and smelling. Okay. Okay. When I was first starting as a waxer, I had this sweet girl to come get a Brazilian wax.
When I was first starting as a waxer, I had this sweet girl come in to get a Brazilian wax. It was her first time getting waxed, and she made an odd request for her service.
Can you keep the wax as hot as possible?
I have to keep the wax at a certain temperature, so I don't burn you. I laid the wax and pulled off the first strip. She moaned. I looked at this woman dead in the face and asked her, "Why are you moaning?"
Pain brings me pleasure.
Are you here to...
Why are you moaning? Why? There's something wrong with you. You need deliverance. Yeah.
Get waxed or for pleasure?
I'm so sorry. I truly am here to get a wax.
Okay, well, the moaning would make a lot of people uncomfortable.
Right. Like, what the heck? That is so weird. Like, surprisingly for me, like, I haven't had too many weird encounters with people. Except for one. I saw this lady one time, never saw her again. Out of respect, I don't want to get into like details about what I've experienced with certain guests. I'm gonna go cut my speaker off real quick. Okay, that noise is definitely coming from somewhere else. But anyway, like I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, I've definitely heard some very weird stories. I know before I left my last job, one of the girls was telling me how she had waxed this girl, and I believe she asked her, like, she was trying to hit on her basically. And she told me, she was like, "No, I don't go that way. I'm straight basically." So yeah, you will definitely encounter some weird people, some weird things in this industry. You just gotta, you know, pray for protection and wisdom and guidance. Stay guarded. Be smart. See what she's talking about.
So I have a client who's a dominatrix, and she just went home with 2 strips of wax that I wax off of her labias. And she says she knew somebody that would buy them off of her. I've never been more jealous of someone's hustle.
I guess that's like, you know how people sell like their feet pictures and stuff like that. To each his own. I'm not into that type of stuff, but hey, to each his own. What you do behind closed doors, that's between you and whoever. Okay. Esthetician story time. Worst Brazilian wax experience. Let's see.
I'm gonna give you guys my worst client experience while doing a Brazilian wax. Now granted, this looks like it's about to be about a lash lift and a facial, possibly, but it's not. Just bear with me. It's my first story time. So first of all, this client messaged me and said, hey, I'm on my period. Will you still wax me? I generally don't do waxes while people are on their period because I just think that's just utterly disgusting.
Yeah, for my last job, we pretty much waxed whoever we could. I still do wax people on their periods. I just let them know, like, hey, it's going to be more sensitive, and make sure you wear a tampon, and we're good to go. And they have the decision to either get waxed or to wait. So I don't mind it, honestly. I just make sure I wax around the string and whatever, and whatever hair is left, like, you know, in that part, I let it be. Like, I get as much hair as I can. I'm not trying to pull nobody's tampon out. I'm not trying to see no blood or anything. So I do the best that I can. But I will prefer people to either book before or after their period. That way they can get a really good wax and it's not as sensitive.
I don't want to smell your blood. I know we're both women, but I'm sorry. I just don't want to do it. But I took her anyways. Against my deepest thoughts, I took her anyways. Everything was going magnificently great. It was all fine. Got through most of the Brazilian, and here comes the butt strip. I lay the butt strip. Now, did I notice that her tampon string got stuck in the wax while I was laying the butt strip?
See?
I don't know. But nonetheless, I lay the strip. I get prepared and everything. I thought I pulled the strip out of the way, but that is not how this story ends. I pulled the butt strip and the freaking tampon came out with it. It's disgusting. I was mortified. She was mortified. We were collectively mortified. And yeah, that's the worst thing that's ever happened while I was Brazilian waxing.
Oh my goodness.
Very mortifying.
Yeah, like I was saying before, she said that. I don't want that to happen to me. Okay, let's see. Brazilian wax STD story time. Uh-oh.
As a waxer, I get a lot of questions pertaining to my job, but one of the most asked questions that I frequently get is, Julie, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you? And as some of you know, I do have a lot of guests that follow me on here. I used to work for a big franchised corporate waxing place. And if you don't know what it is, I'm pretty sure you can put the pieces together because honestly, there's only a few wax chains. So one day, this girl books an appointment. She's the very last appointment of the day. We know who she is. She has came in before, and let's just say she doesn't have proper body hygiene. And yes, I know as a waxer, we come into, you know, like there is an odor. Like we all know that as waxers, but that's not the point because that doesn't bother us. It's more of the fact that you're not taking care of yourself. And I'm just going to say it, she had an STD. So in the past, she's came in to get waxed, and one girl that was a waxer, was performing the waxing service, literally had to leave the room because she was gonna throw up, and somebody had to come in and finish the service. Comes to the end of the night, she's late, she walks in and she goes, okay, I have an appointment, and she has no shoes on, first of all. And then also, this girl is
Hold
like,
up.
I have a dick appointment.
Why didn't you got your shoes on? See, I was about to cut y'all. I'm trying to, Lord. Lord is still working on me, y'all. Why didn't you got your shoes on? Why? That's a red flag right there.
Night.
Wait, what you say?
Night. And then also, this girl is like, I have a dick appointment tonight.
See, that's another thing. Like, we recommend do not have sexual activities after your wax. Like, wait at least a day or two afterwards, because you don't want to get irritated or have any additional problems down there, because your pores are open and you don't want any like rubbing or extra sweat or any of that extra stuff to get bacteria into your pores and cause inflammation, irritation. So, but yeah, y'all do what y'all want. we let y'all know though what to do and what not to do after your wax.
So for me, I'm like, I'm not waxing her, so I don't really care. I'm just gonna finish up my closing duties. The waxer takes her in the back to get waxed, and this girl starts going like off because the waxer kind of gave her like the spiel of, hey, we can't wax you today just because it does look like there's gonna be a little bit of irritation. I want you to come back with a doctor's note. She starts going off, calling us racist.
The problem was other wax franchises were waxing her without educating and helping her. Yeah, that does tend to happen.
I don't understand what the problem is. Every time I come in here, there's always an issue, but I go to other places and I can get waxed perfectly.
The fact that she brought up that they were racist, that it had to be a black girl. Had to be.
Fine, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and you can hear it because we're all just like sitting over there and we're like, what the hell is going on? So the waxer walks out and we're kind of trying to like find a solution. So I was like, I'm gonna go in there and I'll just tell her I'm from corporate. Complete lie.
I know that's right.
So I walk in there and I'm like, hi, I'm Julie. I'm a corporate waxer. I'm here for training. Is there anything I can help you with? I heard there was an issue going on. And she starts telling me like, you guys are racist. You guys won't wax me.
Dang, I guess that was the end of the video. Dang, I don't even think I have the second part to this. They do tend to get a little irate, I haven't seen that happen that many times, but sometimes you just get those people who are just difficult and just aren't respectful, and you just gotta handle them as respectful as possible, no matter how disrespectful they're being. What can you do? Other than maybe ban them. And that's the thing, like at where I used to work, like you cannot request to not wax somebody. Like you have to wax them. And I'm like thinking, like, what if I get someone who I don't mess with? Like, am I gonna lose my job? You know? So yeah, that's why I'm glad like I'm on my own, because I can pick and choose who I want to wax and who I don't want to wax. You know, so that's like one of the downsides of working for a franchise. It's like you have to follow the rules, or you just lose your job. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more. Let's see what she's talking about. Story time why I do not take men clients. At my old job, like I did not. They gave us the option to do men Brazilians, and I chose not to, because for obvious reasons. And then when we were in the process of training, my coworkers was in the process of training who wanted to do men Brazilians. Two of them actually had incidents with men, and that really discouraged me from doing men Brazilians. But I still wax like men's back, chest, which are some of my favorite waxes to do. And I've never had problems with men in my room. Those who I waxed, they were all pretty nice and respectful. And I've noticed like men, they always tend to leave pretty good tips. So, yeah.
Hey guys, it's story time.
Okay, so boom, this is my first time doing this.
Boom.
Don't judge me. Let's go.
Let's go.
I've been waxing for about 5 years. I probably had every type of client that you can imagine. Like, I don't discriminate. I love everybody. I take anybody, okay? So this man DMs me on Instagram. He's like, hey, how do I book an appointment? Yada, 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 right? Typically when it's men, I screen my clients. Like, I kind of look at their page, see if they got a girlfriend, you know, just to make sure nobody not going to be on no weird stuff, okay?
Right.
So this man, he's a Caucasian gentleman. He's like 6'4". He's an older guy. When I say older guy, he had to be like maybe in his 60s. Loves dogs. He's like a dog advocate, something like that. Boom. So he books a butt wax, like to get his glutes waxed. Okay, I'm like, maybe he on a deal.
Yeah, I've never waxed a man's legs or his butt. Now that I think about it, I've waxed everything in, not Brazilians either, but I've waxed everything else, like underarms, chest, back, shoulders, eyebrows, ears, nose, things like that.
Or something. Now my business, don't care, whatever. He becomes a faithful customer of mine. Comes to me for months. Like, he's rebooking his appointments, but he doesn't like to, I noticed he doesn't like to book through the site. He'll text me or DM me and be like, hey, can I come in? I'm like, yeah, we do walk-ins now. Come on. So boom, this is one appointment. I hadn't seen him in a couple of months, and he was like, sorry, y'all, a client came in, I had to wax her real quick. Okay, so we get to the appointment. He's laying down on the table. I wax him. We're done. He proceeds to say, can you do me a manzillion? I'm like, yeah, I can, do you real quick for my next client. So for my fellow estheticians, y'all know I did the 2 side strips, I did the top, and I proceed to put the wax on his balls. As I put the wax on his balls, I do another top strip, trying to do a little cleanup. As I take the wax off his balls, he completely jizzed everywhere. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I almost passed the hell out. He says, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. And I'm like astonished, like, why would you come to my establishment if this is some type of fetish or something that you have going on? There are happy ending places for that. Don't come to my shit doing it.
Period.
He gets up, my makeup girl is here, like everybody that works in the shop is there. They see me come out, I'm so upset. I call my husband, I'm telling him, he mad because he like, why you even waxing me? Like, it was a whole situation. So
he was ready to come up there and do something to him.
He comes in, like comes out the room. I'm at the front desk. He's stuttering like, is this done? Like, I'm like, you done. Follows me the money. He gave me like $200. Boom. I go back in the room. He's cleaned up everything. Yeah, like, now I only wax men if they are gay, if they already come with their wives. I can't wax men no more. But yeah, no, y'all gotta do better. Don't treat women.
And I've seen some stories where they say like, men, like, it's not, some mean to do it, some men don't mean to do that. Like, it's just I guess a sensational thing. But yeah, that's exactly why I don't do men Brazilians. No, thank you. Do I want to do one more? We'll do one more. My client had crabs.
I had a client come in.
Oh my gosh.
And this was so crazy because I couldn't believe like that this even happened. This client in particular came in after 6 weeks of from having her baby. And she came in and brought her newborn, 6-week-old, to come get waxed. It was like she was that pressed to get waxed. So I go to clean her off, and of course she had a bush because she hadn't gotten waxed, in 6 weeks because of her baby, or probably longer than that because she had a bush, honey. Tell me why a goddamn
The bushes be real, y'all.
bug came.
Like, it's like sometimes it's like a forest, like like you have to switch around your regular wax patterns if they have a lot of hair. So you really have to take your time and do like smaller strips too, because the more hair you have, the more painful it can be.
Off of her vagina. and started crawling on the table. I like freaked out. Like I jumped back.
Oh
like,
my God.
What the hell was that? And I ended up like killing the bug on the table with the paper towel in my hand. The kicker here is that, of course, I believe she knew she had crabs or whatever the hell she had going on because of her reaction. She just looked at me and just stared. She didn't say, your natural reaction is you see somebody jump, you like, what is it? What do you see? What's wrong? You asking questions, right? She didn't do none of that. She just stared at me. So I'm like, oh,
yeah,
you knew.
knew.
Of course you probably knew. Like, so my theory about this is you thought to come and get wags over you going to your doctor to figure out what the hell you have going on down there. So she thought getting the hair off was the answer. Ma'am, crabs go under the skin as well. You have to go get medication and get that treated. Getting your hair off is not the answer. And do you know my boss at the time still made me wax this lady even after I left the room and told him what I saw? He was like, oh, you can't see bugs or crabs or whatever with the naked eye. Well, I said, well, she got something going on because I saw it and killed the bug on the table.
See, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like, some of these companies are just money hungry. Like, they don't care. They do not care. It's crazy. And your priorities are definitely messed up with that part. If you got bugs, I remember as kids, like, we would play about, I guess, like crabs, like being worried about seeing crabs in like the toilet bowl and stuff like that. Like, you would hear stuff, but I never experienced that, thank God, or seen that. So I can only imagine how that was for this wax specialist. Yeah, I don't have any extreme crazy stories like that, y'all. But yeah, if you're an aspiring wax specialist, yeah, keep in mind that you may see, smell, hear things that you did not want to hear, see, or smell. So yeah, that is it for this video. I hope y'all like this reaction video. I am going to do more in the future, hopefully sooner than later. So yeah, I will see y'all next time. And y'all stay safe out there, stay blessed. Bye.